Welcome to Antioch of Pisidia, a city rich in history and one of the key locations in the spread of the gospel. This is where the Apostle Paul preached one of his most powerful sermons recorded in Acts 13. It was here in a synagogue on the Sabbath that Paul proclaimed Jesus as the Messiah, and the response of the people gives us a powerful insight into the unchanging nature of God's law and the significance of the Sabbath. In Acts chapter 13, verse 14, we read that Paul and Barnabas entered the synagogue on the Sabbath and began teaching about Jesus, tracing God's promise of salvation through history. The people were so moved by his words that in Acts chapter 13, verse 42, they begged him to return the next Sabbath to teach them more. If the Sabbath had been changed, as some claim, this moment would have been the perfect opportunity for Paul to correct them. Instead, rather than saying, "No, come back tomorrow on the first day of the week, Sunday," he affirms the Sabbath by returning the following week on the Sabbath to continue his discourse. This passage alone is a clear biblical record that the Sabbath remained unchanged even in the early church period. Antioch of Pisidia was a Roman city immersed in a culture of idol worship and emperor reverence. Yet even here, God's truth was proclaimed, and the people longed to hear more. The Sabbath was not a Jewish tradition to be discarded, but a sacred time of worship and learning for all who sought God. In Isaiah 58 verse 13, it calls the Sabbath a delight, a holy day of the Lord. It was never abolished, but rather upheld as a gift of rest and connection with God. The same invitation Paul extended here in Antioch is extended to us today, to come back week after week and experience the blessing of the Sabbath. Antioch Pisidia reminds us that the gospel calls us to return to truth, to worship, and to a deeper relationship with God. Just as the people here long to hear more of Paul's message, we too are invited to grow in our faith. The Sabbath is a sign of God's unchanging love. It's a weekly reminder to rest in Him. Are you making time for God's Sabbath? And are you letting His word shape your life? I want to invite you to take the next step in your very own faith experiment. Just like the people here in Antioch and the Apostle Paul, who have understood the value of the Sabbath gift, a gift from God, an eternal memorial of His creative power and His desire for a relationship with us. I want to invite you to experiment with the Sabbath gift. And to help you with this, I want to make you a free offer. If you check the description below this video, you'll find a link to claim your very own copy of a little booklet called The Sabbath Gift. It's a little journey of understanding the value and the significance of this weekly Sabbath. So like, follow, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode of From Egypt to Eternity.